People who advocate traditional standards of law enforcement should be celebrating the astounding recall of Chesa Boudin. He is now the former DA of San Francisco, the delusional town of San Francisco. Folks, the sick experiment of giving someone like Chesa Boudin a solid chance to be the top legal eagle for San Francisco or of any town was a disaster and should not happen again. This should send a clear message to all these super progressive DA attorneys that think that being soft on crime or finding alternative cupcake methods to deal with crime while the towns and the cities are going to hell in a handbasket, that think that this is cool. This should be a wake-up call for them. This has just been absolutely ridiculous, the things that are happening in San Francisco as well in Los Angeles County, where we have Gascon, who is also up for recall, and we hope to successfully recall him too. There is certainly a difference between being fair and being lenient and allowing just lawlessness, unrest, because you want to uphold some warped ideologies over supreme written law. It's over with. Now I hope that the city of San Francisco can find somebody competent, put them in, and get that city back straight again. I mean, I don't know if most of y'all know that people were leaving their cars unlocked and windows unlocked because folks were just coming by breaking windows. So people would leave their cars unlocked and windows unlocked. Look, don't break my window. Just take what you want if there's anything in it and leave it. This is literally what was happening with a lot of folks. So one question I would have to ask is, how did this fool get into this position? I mean, he comes from a pretty shady pedigree here. His parents, were from the Weather Underground, which we will discuss that real quick. For those that lived through Obama's election cycle, that name should be familiar because Obama had ties to the Weather Underground. Now, his parents actually went to jail for robbery and murder, and he was actually raised by the leaders of the Weather Underground, which the stepmother is now deceased and the father is still around. He's like about 80. Now, on paper, Chesa is a polished man. I will give him credit. He did go and was very successful in his academic career. But he still had some seriously twisted philosophies, and he maintained those philosophies and became the DA. I mean, this is crazy. Now, here's one other thing. More than 60% of San Francisco population removed him. So this crossed party lines. This crossed racial lines. This crossed every boundary you can think of. People of all walks of life wanted him out because the unrest, the lawlessness, and not holding anybody accountable for any kind of crime, no less than you stole my dog, to the snatch and grabs that you see at CVS or drugstores now, nobody was being held accountable for anything. So people were just tired of it. The majority of folks were just tired. Now, we have other towns such as, like I said, Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, and Dallas that have these pathetic progressive DAs there that are just allowing lawlessness to run the streets as long as they are not attacked by it or have to feel the pressure of it. They really don't care. So we do hope that Gascon is recalled, as well as several of these other folks. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments.